Ketu, the silent killer in your horoscope. I warn you guys, this video is very deep. This video is going to shatter and break your assumptions about astrology and about the planet Ketu. So if you have the guts, then watch this video till the end. This is really a groundbreaking discovery about Ketu. So, hey guys, what's up? I hope you guys are doing great, and I welcome you to Ketu. I welcome you to Purab's Astrology. Guys, remember, this is a serious topic, so my tone is serious. But don't forget to subscribe to Purab's Astrology, because if you don't subscribe, then you are going to miss out on such crucial videos and information which is really gonna hurt you. So subscribe, hit the like button. And I'm running Ketu now, that's why you can see the shirt multicolor, black and white, and I have a sore throat, so I'm not able to shout or I'm not able to sound louder. But today I'm going to talk about the silent killer Ketu in your horoscope. So I would like to start this amazing video with a story. Yes, with a story, a short story about a king. Once upon a time in God's green earth, there used to be a very generous king. Okay. Now this generous king was so generous that he never returned anybody back from his kingdom with dejection. So everybody knew that if you have a problem and you want help, you want solution, or you want anything, this king is the right person to approach. So people from thousands and thousands of different areas and countries used to flock to his kingdom, knock his door and tell him their problem. I don't have money to save my mother. I don't have money to treat my child. I want to do agriculture, but I don't have the money to start it. All the problems, all the negativity. And this generous king used to look at his minister and just tell him, please help them out. And the minister, initially, he used to do it with a lot of enthusiasm, because obviously it's the king's order, and the more you follow the king's order, the better it is for you, because you will be in the good books of the king. So this story continued. People came, knocked the door, asked for donation, asked for help, and the king, sitting in his throne, ordered, give him this, give him that, give her this, give her that. And slowly, the minister started getting frustrated, because he was the person who was approached by the finance minister, and the finance minister told that the treasure is depleting, man. The treasure is effing depleting. And if this king continues to donate in this speed, then we all have to sit with a bowl in our hands and we have to beg for taxes. So one day this minister, mustered all his courage, stood in front of the king and told the king that, sir, the way you are ordering us to donate, we are not able to collect that amount of taxes, and because of that, we are lacking in money, we are lacking in reserves, in funds. And the king told, how the hell did you do this audacity? From where did you get this courage to question the bloody king? And the king punished the minister. There came the second minister, and this continued. And one fine day, the entire treasure of the king got depleted. And at the brim, suddenly there was an enemy attack. And because the king did not have any money to save his kingdom, to finance the soldiers, the army, he lost the war, he lost his throne, and he lost everything. So this is, in a nutshell, a moral of a bigger picture, which says about the silent killer Ketu, which slowly cuts into your life, cuts into your system, cuts into your consciousness, makes you totally headless and makes you careless, right? So the story about the king can be explained from this chart. Ketu in the second house, Rahu. It's not written here, so let me mention Rahu. Rahu in the 8th house. So this king had a lot of money, a lot of treasure, second house of wealth, liquidity, assets, liquid assets, treasury, jewelry, etc., etc., etc. So the king had a lot of Ketu, a lot of wealth, a lot of treasure, a lot of fixed assets, liquid assets, commodities, antique stuffs. And the 8th house is the wealth of the person in front of you, your partner, the opposite world. So the addiction of Rahu and the carelessness of Ketu, because of which this king started spending, he started donating, and one fine day Ketu became a silent killer, completely separated him from his resources, and because of that, when transformation, the 8th house got activated, Rahu got activated, and the enemy was at the gates, this king was not able to finance and support the war, because of which he lost. Similarly, I will tell you another short experience of mine. I have a friend, he's sort of an elder brother, and he has Ketu in the 6th house, in Virgo, right? And this person is someone who has been suffering from the problem of stones in the kidneys, because the 6th house is the kidneys, 6th and 7th, but especially the 6th. So I have been telling this person, warning this person, take care of your kidneys, man. There are stones in the kidneys. And he's like always, yeah, I'm doing this treatment, that treatment, I'm eating this leaf, I'm trying to do Unani system and things like that. And he has always been headless and careless about the problems in his kidneys, which is stones. Because Ketu is the silent killer. It doesn't let your consciousness, let your focus, let your awareness go into that particular aspect of your life where it is placed, that particular house where it is placed. It detaches you, separates you, makes you careless. And because of that, suddenly one fine day you realize that you have lost the war. So in this case, Ketu is not allowing him to think properly, because Ketu is headless. So Ketu doesn't allow him to think for himself and realize that this Ketu is separating him, making him careless. He can just do a USG and he can do a surgery and get the stones removed. But he chooses to be careless, lethargic. He avoids the medical confrontation, and because of that, every fortnight he actually passes stones through his urinary system, and because of that he goes through excruciating pain, but still he doesn't bring his awareness to the 6th house. So one more story. This is my story. Ketu in the 3rd house. Me. So my shoulders, Ketu being in the 3rd house, I used to do a lot of workout. I used to do a lot of exercise, boxing and things like that. And I used to use my shoulders because I knew that I can punch through a wall. I had that much amount of strength and capabilities in my shoulders, and I used to be careless about it. So one fine day I was working out and I was doing the free hand exercises, and I did it so fast that suddenly there was a sudden excruciating pain in the shoulder. And then I started feeling a burning sensation, and I just left it. I just let it be. I became careless. I neglected it for months and months and months. And finally one fine day I started losing the strength in my shoulders. So then I approached a doctor, and that too my Ketu didn't allow me to go to a doctor. It took almost 1.5 years to 2 years for me to even get convinced to approach a doctor. And when I approached the doctor, he told that I have slap tear. I have torn the ligament between the bones of my shoulders. So I will not get back the 100% capability of my shoulders, maybe 80 to 90% if I do physiotherapy and things like that, but gone is gone. It is a silent killer. Now imagine, even though I have given so much examples and things like that, but the seriousness of the concept is that Ketu is that silent killer. Ketu is that black hole, that energy which never allows us to consciously cater to, look into, and attend to the matters where it is placed. And if the dignity of this Ketu is bad, if Ketu is debilitated, or the Lord of the Ketu is debilitated, weak, in the 8th house, in the 6th house, in the 12th house, negative houses, then this Ketu actually kills you slowly, slowly, slowly. It doesn't let your awareness and your focus come to that particular point. Now imagine this Ketu placed in the horoscope with moon. So moon is the lymphatic system in your body. And when this Ketu is conjunct with moon, Cancer. When Ketu is conjunct in a bad house, in a malefic house with Venus, Venus is the reproductive system, the adrenal glands, right? And conjunct Ketu with Venus, even though slowly, slowly you see a degradation in your system, in your health, you see the symptoms of some underlying problem, but because you have Ketu conjunct to Venus, you neglect it, you keep neglecting it, and one fine day, cancer, prostrate cancer, cancer in the ovaries. So Ketu is that big a silent killer. Similarly, if Ketu is conjunct with Mars, and if Ketu or Mars, either one is debilitated, then Mars is the blood pressure, right? Mars controls the blood in your body. So hypertension, Ketu conjunct Mars, hypertension. And even though you have hypertension, you don't take pressure tablets, you don't get yourself catered to, attended to, you don't go under the guidance of a doctor because you keep avoiding, and one fine day, stroke, hemorrhage. So, Ketu in the 4th house, for example, heart problem. There is a blockage in the heart, or there is a hole in the heart, and at times you feel a burning sensation in your heart. There are problems in the heart, but because Ketu in the 4th house, so you think that I don't want to go, I don't want to check my heart because I think it's fine, man. I think it's okay, man. I think it's a minor problem, man. This is the bloody careless attitude that we carry when it comes to the matters pertaining to Ketu. And because of this, we at the end of the day lose the war. This silent killer, Ketu, is damaging you in that particular house where it is placed. If it is placed in the 1st house, then your overall health, your body, your appearance, your looks, your personality, your vitality, these are the things where you become careless. You over push yourself, over exaggerate the limits of your body, and you damage your spinal system, and because of that you lose your posture, you lose your vitality, your health, and your ability, your locomotive ability, right? So I hope I am able to cut across you people in a headless way, because Ketu only understands headless, because Ketu is an enhanced version of Mars, right? So it is so sudden, it happens, it one fine day it cuts so suddenly that you are totally headless. It is beyond your logical understanding to assimilate and understand why this happened to you. So guys, this video is a awakening initiative, trying to awaken you guys to open your horoscope, check the position and dignity and placement of Ketu in whichever house it is, and realize that this is the area of your life where you are really careless, where you are really non-pursuant, where you're really like a headless child. You don't understand the damage which Ketu is doing in your chart. So I hope I have conveyed the idea to you. Use this knowledge wisely. Realize that Ketu is causing mischief. Ketu is wreaking havoc in your life right under your nose, and you know it, but you don't look at it. So I love you all. Adios. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat. Take care.